This is an Aboriginal dance, and you sense the mood already, don't you?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 figure skating controversies and scandals.
They could see that we made absolutely no mistake, and it has to be that picky when two skaters do skate well. And they definitely did make a mistake.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most absurd, dramatic, and baffling incidents in the figure skating world. What's the craziest figure skating scandal you've ever heard of? Be sure to share it with us in the comments below. Number 10. The Katarina Rule. Figure skating fashion is distinct, beautiful, and sometimes a bit odd. However, some costumes have had such an impact that they actually inspired rule changes. In 1988, East German skater Katarina Witt wore an elaborate blue costume that ruffled quite a few feathers, and we're not even counting the ones along its trim. Her outfit prompted the so-called Katarina Rule, which stated that female skaters must wear skirts that cover their hips and posterior in competition. The skirt stipulation was dropped in 2003, allowing for female skaters to wear trousers, but strict rules regarding costumes are still in place. In ice dancing, for example, skaters' costumes cannot hide their body lines. Those gorgeous outfits have to follow quite a few rules. Number 9. Plushenko's Platinum Medal. Quadruple jumps, or quads, are nearly supernatural in their execution, but they don't always lead to first-place finishes. Evgeny Plushenko learned that the hard way during the 2010 Olympics, and the Russian skater didn't respond with as much grace as he displayed during his silver-winning performance. Although Plushenko landed a quadruple jump during his routine, he came in second to American skater Evan Lysacek, who didn't include a quad in his performance. Plushenko momentarily stepped onto the first-place podium during the awards ceremony. His website later claimed that he won a platinum medal during the Vancouver Games, but it was eventually removed. Plushenko may not have won gold or platinum, but he sure won in the pettiness contest. Number 8. Gold medal petition. While most skaters show more grace than Plushenko did when they unexpectedly come in second, their fans will usually rush to their defense. South Korean skater Yoona Kim was highly favored to top the podium at the 2014 Olympics.
The queen.
However, figure skating is full of surprises, and Kim wound up coming in second to Adelina Sotnikova of Russia. Skating fans around the world were outraged at the results. More than 2 million people signed an online petition demanding an investigation into the judging decisions.
The unexpected outcome prompting nearly 100,000 people per minute to sign a petition online overnight, demanding an investigation.
Prominent figures in the skating community also publicly questioned the results.
I was caught by surprise because I really thought when I saw Yoona Kim finishing, I thought, yes, welcome to the club. You won another gold medal too, and then I get the points, and I was really surprised.
As we'll further explore later on, the subjective nature of figure skating can often lead to controversies and plenty of upset fans. Number 7. Surya Bonali's backflip. Doing a backflip is hard. Figure skating is hard. Doing a backflip while skating is downright magical. While the move is always greeted by cheers during exhibition performances, it is actually illegal in international competition.
Backflip, totally illegal in competition. She's doing this to get the crowd. She's gonna get nailed.
During the 1998 Olympics, Surya Bonali of France not only performed a backflip, but she landed on one blade in an attempt to avoid having points deducted. The judges docked her score anyway, and Bonali turned her back on them at the conclusion of her routine and faced the cheering audience instead. Bonali retired from competitive figure skating shortly after, and she remains the sole Olympic figure skater to ever stick the landing of a backflip on one blade. Number 6. Madge Sayers' groundbreaking competition. Nowadays, people of all gender identities are welcome to participate in figure skating competitions. However, that wasn't always the case. In 1902, Madge Sayers broke barriers by entering the World Figure Skating Championships, which technically had no rules against women competing. She won silver, but the ISU unfortunately voted to bar women from the event the following year. Sayers continued to enter skating competitions, even winning gold 2 years in a row at the British Figure Skating Championships. The ISU finally voted to establish an international ladies event in 1905, and Sayers dominated the field until her retirement from the sport after the 1908 Olympics. Number 5. Oksana Domnina and Maxim Shabalin's offensive routine and costumes. Unfortunately, there have been several questionable routines throughout competitive figure skating's history, but this one is the most infamous. At the 2010 European Championships, Russian ice dancers Oksana Domnina and Maxim Shabalin skated in bodysuits and face paint. Their routine was supposedly an interpretation of Aboriginal Australian dance, but it was more offensive than anything. Aboriginal Australian leaders, including Bev Manton, pointed out that the performance was inappropriate and inaccurate. The response prompted Domnina and Shabalin to alter their costumes for the 2010 Olympics. Despite changes to their attire, the dance routine unfortunately remained exactly the same. Number 4. Team USA's baffling decision. While there are some clear-cut components of figure skating, many aspects of the sport are subjective. Leading up to the 2014 Olympics, fans believed it was obvious that Mirai Nagasu would compete in Sochi. After all, Nagasu placed 3rd at the 2014 Nationals and placed 4th at the 2010 Olympics. However, when Team USA was announced, Nagasu was snubbed in favor of Ashley Wagner, who placed a distant 4th at Nationals.
Triple flip, triple toe, and again she was a little forward on the triple flip, and there was no way that triple toe could happen, and she did everything she could to try to force it to happen.
Although she had to watch the 2014 games on television, Nagasu was selected for the 2018 team. She got the last laugh when she became the first American woman in history to land the triple axel during the Olympics. Number 3. Russia's doping scandals. After the 2014 Olympics, a state-sponsored doping program came to light, and the Russian flag and national anthem were subsequently banned from the Games.
The country is also forbidden from hosting or bidding for major events. This represents the most severe sanction yet for a doping scandal which shocked the world.
Athletes competed independent of their country, but that didn't put a stop to the controversy.
The World Anti-Doping Agency releasing findings from their investigation, saying over 1,000 Russian athletes competing in summer, winter, and Paralympic sport can be identified as being involved in or benefiting from manipulations to conceal positive doping tests.
At the 2022 Olympics, the Russian athletes came in first place during the team event, but the medal ceremony never happened. It was revealed that Kamila Valieva, who was favored to win the individual gold, had tested positive for performance-enhancing substances during a previous competition. Valieva was allowed to compete in the individual event, but she didn't even reach the podium.
Whatever the circumstances, whatever the outcome, Kamila Valieva is a human being and a very young one.
Even more drama unfolded, with Alexandra Trusova having a meltdown over winning silver, and Anna Sherbakova being left alone after winning gold. Number 2. French judging scandal.
David, what was your first thought when the numbers went up?
It was like a punch in the stomach.
At the conclusion of the 2002 Olympics pairs event, it seemed as if the Canadian pair, Jamie Salé and David Pelletier, had the gold in the bag. However, when the judges announced their scores, Elena Bereznaya and Anton Sikorulitsa of Russia were deemed the winners.
The placements, look at this.
How did that happen?
The ISU conducted an investigation into the decision. French judge Marie-Reine Legugne revealed that she was forced by Didier Guelhaguet, the president of the French Federation of Ice Sports, to vote in favor of the Russian skaters.
She just came running over and said, Sally, you must help me. I wasn't right. The Canadians were better. And she just started sobbing that, it was a deal. And I said, but why? She said, oh, you don't understand. It was a deal with the Russians connected to the ice dance event.
Legugne and Guelhaguet were both temporarily suspended by the ISU for their involvement in the incident. Thankfully, the awards ceremony was repeated later on, and both the Russian and Canadian teams took home gold medals.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Nancy and Tanya.
I mean, what kind of friggin' person bashes in their friend's knee? Who would do that? to a friend.
In an ideal world, Tonya Harding would be most well known for being the first American woman to land the elusive triple axel in competition. Sadly, this world is far from ideal, so Harding's name is mostly associated with the most scandalous event in figure skating history. On January 6, 1994, Nancy Kerrigan was attacked and had to withdraw from nationals. Harding won the competition, solidifying her spot on the Olympic team. In the weeks between nationals and the Olympics, it was revealed that Kerrigan's attacker was hired by Harding's bodyguard and ex-husband. Both skaters competed at the Olympics, with Kerrigan finishing second and making some catty comments about the winner, and Harding finishing 8th. Harding was later stripped of her 1994 nationals title and banned from the US Figure Skating Association for life.
I mean, she's moved on. I've moved on. It's part of history that will always be with us. But I'm also noted as the one and only American woman that did the first triple axel.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.